today what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this old faded grill badge. We're going to install this new, it's an LED grill badge. Has individual colors on each mountain. It's going to look like this, just very vibrant. This is by CW Custom Lights. They have a lot of awesome stuff on their site, so go check them out. But we're going to get under the hood, see how we're going to put this in. We may go into the fuse block, or we may just splice in to these LEDs right here under the headlight. I don't know what's going to be easier. So we're going to take a look and go through the process. So first step we're going to do is we're going to, of course, open the hood up. We got to remove this old badge. All it is you have bolts, little plate that goes over this to sandwich it onto the grill, and then some lock nuts. And that's all we're going to do to remove that, as well as put this back on. And then we're going to see how we're going to run our wiring. Alright, so we have our old badge off now. We're going to put the new one on and run the wiring and get this installed. So I'm going to keep mine where I had it. So I'm going to keep, just run the wiring through. That's where it'll sit. It comes with the hardware, so this is the little plate, if you will, that will go on the back side of this, and then you're just going to tighten it on with your lock nut. So I'll get that done now. Okay guys, we have the badge mounted. We just have to run the wiring. So there you are. Just going to run it through here behind the headlight. I'm going to attempt, I'd like to install it on my fuse block, but I also have a lot of stuff in the way to get to that. It's kind of pain. I need to redo this so it's easy to get to this, but we're going to see if we can get that done. We'll just do a fuse tap, which is really easy. If that's too much work, what I may do is I'm going to go back, and then I have these LEDs that turn on when the headlights are on. So I may just tap into these. That might be the easiest thing, but we're going to at least start with the fuse tap. I think that'd be the cleanest way. So that's what we're going to do. I knew this before I started, and then I forgot, but the wiring that comes with the badge, it isn't long enough to reach the fuse block. So if you're planning on doing what I originally planned to, and do a fuse tap into the fuse block, you're going to have to splice wire on here. So for the sake of time, I mean, it's not a big deal to splice some wire on here, but I already have a fuse tap that is running into these LEDs down here underneath the headlights. So I am going to just splice into those. Okay, so this is the connector that goes down to this LED I was talking about. So I'm just going to cut this, splice these in, I'm going to solder it in, and then we're going to clean this all up and tuck it in and see how this looks. So just a little tip, if you don't want to cut the wires, if you can shave the insulation back, you can expose those wires, and then I'm just going to wrap my solder around this with the other wire that's going to the emblem, and then we're just going to solder that all together. It's going to accomplish the same thing. It's just sometimes it's a little easier just to wrap it in and not have to cut and splice it all back together. So solder, just going to break a little bit off. And you're going to want to, this is the wiring harness that goes to the badge. So we're going to expose more of the wire. So okay, our wire is exposed. So now we're just going to wrap this around the wire that is already exposed over here that goes to our other LEDs. Okay, we got our wires on there. Just need to put the solder on. It's not pretty right now, but we'll get this all cleaned up and soldered and get some insulation over these wires to protect them. So when you get the solder on there, of course I haven't melted it yet, but it'll look, if I can get this to focus, it's just wrapped around that wire. We're going to melt that on now. Okay, we're going to get this soldered on. Okay, now that I have that soldered together, I just want to get this insulated. So I like using the liquid tape. So that's what I'm going to throw on there. I'll do some liquid tape and then some actual electric tape just to cover it all up. Make sure it's really well protected. Just so you guys can see what this looks like all finished up and buttoned up. So I did the liquid tape under here, and then I just wrapped it with some electrical tape. You could do heat shrink as well, which is probably more ideal, but I didn't have any on hand. So that is it. These just the red and blue wire. I spliced it into my existing LED lights here, and that is it. You could do the same thing by going to fuse block. Okay guys, well our install is done, so I'm going to get the truck started, at least turn the lights on and see how this looks. Guys, that looks awesome. Way better than the old faded badge that was on here. Just to show you a little before and after. This is 10 times better. I haven't seen this on any other Tacoma, so this is something unique that I love having on mine now. And if you guys have any questions, drop it in the comments. I'm going to leave a link to where I got this. To CW Custom Lights, and you guys can check him out, as well as I'll put a link to all the supplies, liquid tape, and there's really not a whole lot other than solder, liquid tape, and maybe a roll of electric tape, but I'll put that in the comments below.